And the news reaching our desk this morning is that a former IBC chair, Fuller Chebukati, has passed away. We'll give you more updates on the story at 10 a.m. May his soul rest in peace. Meanwhile, dozens of anti-riot police have been deployed across Nairobi ahead of a planned protest calling for the release of Ugandan opposition leader Kizza Besigye. However, confusion arose after a poster circulated indicating the protest will be postponed to Monday. Despite this, police say they are taking precautions in case the protest proceeded on Friday. The anti-riot forces were stationed at key locations including the Ugandan Embassy, the Ministry of Foreign Affairs and the State House, with the water cannons prepared for any potential clashes. Human rights activists, lawyers and medical practitioners in East Africa have urged the Ugandan government to release Besigye, who has been in military detention for 3 months. A group of 12 organizations has called for a march to the Ugandan Embassy and Parliament buildings to present a petition for his release and that of others detained with him. Besigye, who was abducted while visiting Kenya in November 2024, is facing charges of treason, illegal possession of a firearm and threatening national security. Ugandan President Museveni has urged those calling for Besigye's release to demand a swift trial and state, warning that such protest could promote insecurity.
Pearl Newsbeat.
The Ministry of Health has assured it will address concerns raised by the Kenya Medical Practitioners, Pharmacist and Dentist Union regarding intern doctors' pay. Health CS Deborah Barras announced on Thursday that payments had already been initiated for 1,247 intern doctors. The collective bargaining agreement signed between the Ministry of Health and KMPDU stipulates a stipend of 206,000 Kenya shillings for all intern doctors, an increase from the current 70,000 Kenya shillings. Barras' statement comes hours after KMPDU gave the Ministry of Health a 30-day strike ultimatum to resolve the stalemate on the payment of intern doctors. Davjatella accused the government of dishonesty and vowed to take any necessary action, including strikes, to ensure the collective bargaining agreement is upheld.
That they can't afford to pay interns this year because of the USAID freeze that happened by Donald Trump. If the USA if the Trump is putting USA first, the government need to put the Kenyans first.
Yes.
Kenyans first. And if the wages are to be reduced or to be changed, it should not start with the intern doctors. It should be for all. I should start with the presidents, the ministers, and everyone else. So that's why we are saying we will not have any discussions that are reducing the wages. We will not entertain any discussions or any negotiations that reduce that as the CBA. We will only have a discussions on when to post the interns, where to post them, but wages have to remain intact.
The Ministry of Roads and Transport will begin public participation for the draft national tolling policy on Monday to gather input that will shape the final policy. Roads Cabinet Secretary Davis Churchill urged the public and stakeholders to engage, aiming to improve the policy and boost infrastructure funding. The proposal, which follows a plan by Kenya to introduce tolls on major roads, has faced backlash over concerns it would add financial strain on citizens. The tolling policy aims to raise funds for highway maintenance. Churchill also encouraged the private investors to support the initiative, reducing government borrowing and easing the tax burden.
And this is one of the initiatives we are taking today to ensure that the more commercial roads that have got heavy traffic can be built as a toll road so that we really ease and do more of the social obligations in terms of opening spaces that may not attract investors in the future.
Public Service Cabinet Secretary Justin Mutare surfaced on Thursday in Parliament after days of maintaining a low profile, this time round sustaining an onslaught against the government for initiating new projects while numerous others had stalled. Speaking when he appeared before the National Assembly Labour Committee, Mutare, who has been accused of rocking the board from within, questioned the financial allocations formula that ends up setting the stage for stalled projects. This House President William Ruto, who has been crisscrossing the country commissioning and launching new projects, has been under hail of criticism for starting new development projects while others remained behind.
I don't know whether there's something wrong with our psyche as a country. Well, the chairman, I'm saying this because I've traveled around this country, and there's something that I know some stored projects which have been there for more than 30 years. We have a lot of projects that are even to visitors in this country. That stored project in Embu, when you come and provide a budget of 70 million. In one it's 20, another one 20. Then the one in Embu here, the contractor who is already on site.
The embattled CS has come under fire, especially from his colleagues in cabinet, who have called for his immediate impeachment or resignation following his tirade against his boss.
Pearl Newsbeat.
And across the borders, the United States deported 135 migrants, including 65 minors, to Costa Rica on Thursday. The flight, which left San Diego, California, arrived near Juan Santa Maria International Airport in Costa Rica. The deportees are from countries such as Afghanistan, China, Iran, Russia, and Ghana, were then bused to a migrant facility near Costa Rica's border with Panama. Costa Rica, Panama, and Guatemala have agreed to temporarily house deported migrants from the U.S. until they're sent back to their home countries or other destinations. Last week, 299 migrants were deported to Panama, with about 100 transferred to a refugee camp in Darien province.
Pearl Radio, the home of fresh and classic hits.